Okay, well, we finally got the Hobbit Play Booster Box. G and C were going to come up in the last few days. They decided not to, but they didn't want me to open everything, but I wanted to open some of this. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to open 16 packs and the booster. I have yet to see any of the boosters that were fantastic. Not to say they're not out there, but just not that exciting on the boosters, okay? Some of them are just okay, rares and mythics. Some of them are, just not that great. I've got a Minas Tirith, don't need another one. And that's kind of sad I have a box topper. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do like this. We're probably gonna open this first because, like I said, I have yet to see anything exciting in that one. I know it's a small set and there's going to be a lot of repeats. We're going to go like that. So that should be 14 left, yeah. So we'll come back to this when the kids are up and they can open some. But I'm going to open these today. Actually, I'm going to put them back in here when I'm done, probably. There's a lot of fun in this deck. You got bears, wargs, goblins, dwarves. I had to watch somebody the other day that asked, well, it's been more than that the other day. It's been a while back. They were asking, can you name all the dwarves? I'd like to see somebody name all 15. I can do that from memory, but I've got a mnemonic, or not really a mnemonic. I have a method. Mount Doom. See, and that's okay, but it's not exciting. It's not a One Ring. It's not Orcish Bowmasters. And that's what I'm seeing in most of these. Nothing terribly exciting. But there's some stuff in this set that I like and that I am going to play with. I'll bet G is going to want to make a Bears deck. I'd love to see a Smog, but I know that's probably not going to happen, so that's all right. But the grandson already has a Spider-Man he's working on, so... Oh, there's one of the Bjorns, that's cool. Nori, that's one of them. You got Dory, Nori, and Ori, who are brothers, and Ori's the youngest. You got Thorin, Dwalin, Balin. You have Bifer, Bofer, Bomber. And then Ori, Nori, and Dory. There's Wayne and Gloin. Gloin is Gimli's dad. And then you have Feely and Keely, who are nephews to Thorin Oakenshield. And then you have the... Oh, we got our ordinary bear already. Right on. Right down. Let's separate those. You got a wizard, a hobbit, and 13 dwarves. And it's easy to remember if you think about it. Thorin, Dwalin, and Balin all end with I-N. And I keep Balin at the end to remind me the next three all start with a B. Mass goblins. Yeah, we're going to put that in, that one over here. Because I'm combining goblins and orcs to do some silly stuff. I like that. I like these that are part of a scene. That's kind of cool. Down to Goblin Town. Mass goblins. And Bjorn's hospitality. Oh, there's one of the wolves. Sorry, I'm probably dancing all over with these. Dwarven short sword, horse and wolf. So there's wolves and wargs and bears. And Bjorn is a bear. Bear shapeshifter, rather. I wish this would focus better, easier. I'm not sure how to put that. Smog's Fury. 3 reach in for strikes end of turn. Wolf Thrush. There's Dory. The 3 brothers. Saga deals 6 damage to target creature and opponent controls. Destroy target artifacts opponent controls. Add red. Oh, bears. There's Sting. Up in King's Hall. It's always fun for me to try to get into a good position with this camera. It's cranky. And I've got 2 of them, but they are both the same manufacturer, and they tend to fight each other on my computer. So I don't get it. I don't want to get it. I don't care. There is an elf in here that's very interesting. I have a couple of different, oh, wow, that's pretty good. There's Lake Down in the Treasure. Duel has all activated abilities of all elf cards in your graveyard. For another legendary elf you control enters, draw 2 cards and discard a card. Well, that is rather interesting. That's the 3rd one of those, 2nd one of those, 2nd one of those. Okay, like I said, it's a small set. We're good with it. Side door. It seems like I had the Great Goblin, Black Arrow. Iron Hills and a treasure. Seems like that big fast spider can't see me was an interesting card. Let's. Okay, yep. We got crap everywhere. Okay, I'm gonna move some of this. Target creature you control gains hexproof for as long as the saga remains on the battlefield. So that's 4 turns. Prevent all damage that would be dealt by up to 1 creature for as long as the saga. Draw a card, draw a card. That doesn't seem that exciting. I'll have to think about it. Sometimes I'll look at a card and it doesn't click right off the bat. And then later, either from reflection or somebody telling me that's a whole lot better than you thought it was, dummy. Then we'll know it was. The trouble shots, coral, oin, Dory, Mauler, Chief Org. Okay, we're going to set that aside. When the Sackville Baggins is entered, you may sacrifice another creature or artifact. If you do, draw a card and create a treasure token. Whenever you sacrifice a token, target opponent loses 1 life. Interesting, but not crazy. But that's cool. That's another one I was kind of hoping for. It's not top of the list, but it works because goblins, orcs, and Sarons. I'm kind of combining this set and Lord of the Rings, of course. Setting some of this stuff all together at the same time. Bold, yeah, that's one of the ones I was hoping for. There's a mythic, Halfling Horror. We'll see if that ends up being a lot. Elven Passage. That's good for an elf deck. And Iron Hills. Yeah, I've got cards scattered all over now. In this one, I am basically hoping to get mini playables because I've only seen one person pull something crazy out of a pack. But that one, what, oh, in Lord of the Rings, what was it? Battle-tested frying pan? I should go with that one, huh? Misty Mountains Raider, Goblin Soldier, there we go. Honor of the Eagles, that's not exciting. King's Halls. I'm working on a deck that's Sauron the Dark Lord and Sauron the Lidless Eye and orcs and goblins for the fun of it. We'll see how it turns out. Counter target spell. If a permanent spell is countered this way, exile instead of putting it into its owner's graveyard. You may cast that card without paying its mana cost for as long as it remains exiled. Well, that's actually interesting. So by Sunlight, Fearsome Goblin Pair, Tom Burton William, Confiscate and Boo Bother. Jeez. I do have another binder for a collection review. This one just says black on the outside, so I'm assuming it's all black in color. You never know, some of these older things you open, there's not what's in it isn't what is written on the outside. Ranger, Dwarven Shortsword, Iron Hills Blacksmith. Okay, well there's the first one of the Dragon Frame. Boy, this camera's just really being weird tonight. Roll. Another Bolg. Just got to grab Goblin Army. Goblin armies and orc armies and Sauron and wraiths. Should be a good time. Hobbit Hole Land. I'm gonna have to move this just a little bit. Okay, Owain the Brave. Org. Wolf. Gandalf. Long-bodied dog. Wolf. A goblin bard. That's funny. Bard's Company. We don't have Bard yet, but we got Bard's Company. And there's Mirkwood. Come on, let go. Ori. Ordinary bear. Mass goblins. Like that. Gandalf. Little bear. Thror's Map. When Thror's Map enters, search your library for a basic land guard, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle. 2 to draw a card and discard a card. Alright, interesting. The rabbit. Gnashing of Teeth. -5/5 until end of turn. Exile it instead. Creatures target player controls get -1/-1 until end of turn. Oh, there's Wizard Staff. That's a good card. Getaway Barrel. Tidings of War. Mass Goblins. And a Schwamp. And the way things are going, it'll probably be another week before the kids show up and open the rest of this. But so far it's not bad. Can always be better, but that's any box you open. Oh, there's a wolf. Troop of ponies. Bilbo Lookware. I don't think that's worth anything, but hey, down on the value. Search your library for basic land. The saga gains landfall whenever a land you control enters. Create a 1/1 green elf token. 3 and 4 elves you control gain 1/0 and gain vigilance till the end of turn. That could be interesting in the elf deck. Plains and an enduring story. Lakeshore Apothecary. Ori. War Tactics. Smog Great Calamity. Giant's Boulder. Goblin Rogue. Old Fat Spider. That will go over there for the kid. Through the forest gate. Look at the top 20 cards of your library. Put any number of land cards from among them onto the battlefield. Tapped and then shuffle. You gain 8 life. Well, that's kind of nuts. Hey, there's the big bear. Right on. And Mirkwood. Well, I think we got most of the bears. Don't have all of them. We don't have the big Bjorn card, but we're only halfway through the box, so maybe, fingers crossed, we can get the big Bjorn card. Plate mail again. Mountain King's Return. Recruit. And return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. And 3, put a 1/1 counter on up to 1 creature. That's not that exciting. Notary Hobbits, again, not that exciting. A forest and a dwarf. Apothecary on the top again. This looks like almost the same. Interesting. Flash and Reach. When this creature enters, create a tapped treasure token. Fat Spider. Citizen. Okay. Well, that is 16 out of 14 of the deck. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I think there's only one mythic in the bunch. I set some aside that interest me. But yeah, the Riddle Master's the only mythic so far. Let's go back through that. Let's see. That, oh, that's a different set. Never mind. Okay, we got some wolves, bear, goblin, dragon, warglings, a wolf. That's a mass goblins. There's a little bear. We got the gigantic bear and the little bear. Mass goblins, ordinary bear, goblin, wolf, goblin, elf, goblin, goblin. That's elves. Goblin, goblin, another little bear, another bolg. Bjorn the host. Goblin, goblin, artifact. Dragon stuff. Artifact. Saga goblins. Goblins. Another ordinary bear. We're just gonna set that there for right now. Bjorn's hospitality and Bjorn reluctant host. Goblin. Oh, halflings. That probably should be over here. Wolf. There's a large bear, so yeah, we're getting more of the bears. Saga. Got the great goblin. We got Thranduil. And wolf. Yeah, nothing crazy, but useful. And useful is always good. Let's see, wolves, wolves, wolves. Bears, right? I would love to see the other smogs, but I'm not counting on it. It just is what it is. Get the garbage out. We'll hang on to these. Well, the kids are up next. All right. Well, we'll move this up to get a better idea of. Holy cow, what do we got? Okay. Necropotence, Ice Age, Baron Singir, Urberg Stalker, Tendrils of Despair, Strands of the Night, and Zombie Scavengers. Okay, these, they don't have these as double-sided, so maybe we should go trying to get the glare off. Maybe that's just not going to work. Okay. Yeah. Spinning Darkness, Shattered Crypt, Shadow Rider, Necrotog, Odilic Wraith, Razor-Tooth Rats, Mischievous Poltergeist, Hidden Horror, Haunting Misery. A lot of these are most of the same set, huh? Abyssal Gatekeeper, Agonizing Memories, Barrow Ghoul, Buried Alive, Circling Vultures, Calls the Medusa, Fatal Blow, Festering Evil. Maybe we should go like this a little bit. Hecatomb, Wicked Reward, Wake of the Vultures, Tar Pit Warrior, Urborg Mindsucker, Vampirism, Sukata Assassin, Python, Pillar Tombs of Aku. Okay, these are a little bit of everything. Most everything in this collection is like pre-2005. Everything is 20 years old or older, so these are what? Visions? Dark Privilege, Death Watch, Desolation, Fallen Escari, Funeral Charm, Infernal Harvest, Necromancy, Necrosavant, and Necrotal. Cryptrats, Coercion, Brood of Cockroaches, Ritual the Machine, Akujin, Blanket of Night, and Phyrexian Boon, Swamp Mosquito, Stromgald Spy. Okay, what alliances? Stromgald Spy, Feast or Famine, Fevered Strength, Insidious Bookworm, Lumdules, High Guard, Misinformation, Phantasmal Fiend, Solvay Adnate, and Stench of Decay. Koskun Falls, Veldrain of Sigir, Black Carriage, Tortured, Temerian Fiends, Drudge Spell, Feast of the Unicorn. That always kind of grossed me out. Casting of Bones and Contagion. Okay, these must be Chronicles, White Border, Legends, yeah, a little bit of everything. Yeah, that's what I found, a lot of these in this set. There's a lot of Chronicle stuff, which makes sense, it was cheaper, but it's not valuable today either. A lot of Ice Age, Visions. That's kind of a dark ritual, though. Kind of a cool dark ritual. I like that one. That's a little different. Monthly Revised. There's no date. It has the background. I have such a hard time remembering all these. See, that's 97. That's 95. So I think that's 4th. 4th. These are 5th. 4th. 95, 97, 95, 95, 95, 95, 95. Well, that's a little bit of everything. Oh, wait a minute. What the heck? Got one card on the other side. Lord of the Pit, 95. So 4th edition, I believe. House from Beyond, that's always been like just an iconic card. And this style of almost animation, really cool too. See, there's a different one. That's 4th edition, I believe. Dark Ritual. Oh, Demonic Tutor. There you go. Revised. That's cool. Where was the other? Yeah. See, there's Dark Ritual in Ice Age. And there's Dark Ritual 4th edition. If I've got my stuff right. I may not. But that's a decent card there. The Demonic Tutor, value-wise anyway. It's not insane. It's not Gaia's Cradle, but I always like the Bog Wraith. It's not worth a lot, but it's still a Bog Wraith. Alright, I think that's going to be my time tonight. Thanks for hanging out. I'll try to get some stuff edited. I've got several box openings that I haven't edited down. One of them's actually recorded upside down, so I'm going to have to figure that out. The camera and the camera stand were just acting goofy, so just to get it recorded, I turned it upside down, figuring I could edit it later, and I can. It's just a pain in the butt, and I haven't done it. So I've got 2 or 3 other boxes that I've opened in the past that haven't made it on here. It may not for a little while. The old man's still having issues, so